Hello, hello, hello. We are back again. Hope you're all having a good one. Hello, Kick. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Why did this get louder all of a sudden? Okay. Oh my god, we're back again. We are back on the Void Knight Hammer Smite. Basically, we throw hammers and we cause smites. So, we push this timeline to 500 corruption. And I say we give it some more time. Yes, feel the void. Okay. Kill the boss. We shall. We shall do it. Brenda G, thank you so much for subscribing. You've been subbed for 8 months. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Get it with the dino dance? What's the name of it? Devotion. I wonder if Devotion would be any good. Okay. I think devotion works. Yeah, I think devotion works. We do lose a little bit of crit chance, and I'd probably want to use the one that I got on my hammered in right now. So actually, let's go grab that before we get too far into this. I'm going to grab the devotion off my hammered in only because I got a T7 crit multi on it. Yes. We've been farming stuff off of him slowly but surely. His boots are gone, his gloves are gone. Yep. Now we want your devotion. I don't think I want to take the mana items because I still want to use the vitality items. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, crit strike multi, let's go back to where we were. Reign of Dragons, 500 corruption. Okay, we gotta somehow make up for the loss and the crit chance here. We gotta do something like this ring. No, there's no way. There's no way we can do that with this. But I was thinking, put this on here, seal this. Hopefully we don't kill our forging potential, and then get it up to a tier 5 crit. That ain't happening, Chief. The best thing I could do is Rune of Creation this, but I'd rather wait for something else. Okay, even if I seal it, it's still the same ring. This is some like high level thinkery going on. We got what we mostly wanted. Throwing attack, speed, and health, and then one rank in throwing damage. I don't think I want a Rune of Creation arena like this. I mean, it's got 3 of the 4 stats we want. Health, throwing damage. The throwing damage means nothing. It's the mana cost. Okay. This is gonna kill. This is gonna absolutely kill our forging potential. There's no way. Yeah. I got thought. Well, it's still the exact same ring. Still the exact same ring. Go ahead and use this for now. Yeah, we're critting a lot more consistently. Oh, Merry Christmas. Co? Brutal 1966, thanks for subscribing over on YouTube. Yeah, this is kind of a weird wand. Look at all this stuff you can do if you melee hit with a wand. I'm sure there's some use cases, maybe like Spellblade. It doesn't look like it has anything that we want. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Beautiful wands. Oh. Absolutely stunning. Spell crit, spell damage. And we got 2 of them. Excellent. Oh, what the? Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, do I want to switch it up? I would only do this if we could use it with devotion, but we would need critical strike chance somewhere. That sucks that we died here. Let's run it. Run it again.
Down or die.
This is a really long map. Also, the corruption is kind of like we're having to move a little bit slower. Yeah, these guys are hitting hard. Oh, if only I needed attunement for something, because health and mana, let's go. I'm gonna leave it. Just die, you inconsiderate asshole. What up, Bike? Hope you're doing well. How much armor do you have on your character? 6,279 for a 69% damage reduction. Nice. Well, physical damage reduction. Against non-physical, you know, your poisons and stuff like that will be less, but against your physical attacks, it's a 69% damage reduction. Nice, yeah. That's it. How are you doing, Cricky? Doing well. Tune in late. You've been running Monoliths for a while. No, we've only been live for 31 minutes. Yeah, we've only been live for 31 minutes. You're just in time.
Stand down or die.
Oh, jeez. Jeez. Oh, they have critical strike avoidance there. Damn. Like, homie looked at me and was like, I'm going to puke all over you. I went, I'm dead. That was a live reenactment. It's the kind of entertainment you can expect to receive from this channel. I mean, honestly, like we're gonna have to modify the build a little bit to effectively push 500 corruption here, because we're running into certain mob types where it's like they look at you, you're dead. Yeah. In the title I put we were doing 400 corruption because I might either drop the corruption or go to a different timeline, but this timeline is at 500. I have another timeline where I pushed it to over 600, and so whenever I'm doing other timelines and I fight Orbis, it jumps the corruption up by a huge amount. Can you have healing hands on Void Knight as well? Yes, you can. Not with this particular build, but you can do like Smite builds with healing hands. So the reason why you can't do healing hands on this build, I mean, let's be honest, yes you can, but it wouldn't be like with a build like this, you would want healing hands to be procced by something you're doing, right? Well, if we look at healing hands, because it only takes 5 points in Paladin, we got 15. It only takes 5 points in Paladin to unlock healing hands. And you got 3 ways of proccing it. Either casting it itself, you know, I cast Healing Hands, boom, you know, doing a melee attack while taking Cleric's Hammer this node, and it'll cast Healing Hands. There's a percentage. If you put all 4 points in there, then you have 100% chance to cast Healing Hands while doing melee attacks. Then you got Hand of Aurelis, which is Healing Hands cast on Smite. And this only works when you directly cast Smite. So this won't work with this build. Even though we're casting Smite, Smite's being cast by our hammers with these idols. So we can't use Healing Hands here. I run it with Rive at 280,000 DPS. Is that like your sheet damage right down here? Like this sort of thing? Like 280,000. That's quite a lot. Yeah, I ran a Rive Healing Hands build. Like a while ago. Yeah. Yeah, it's the DPS when you hold over it. Understood. Yeah, I ran a Rive Healing Hands build, I don't know, like a month or 2 ago. I think it was in the second week. Like, it was near the end of the second week of the game launching that I ran a Rive Healing Hands build on Void Knight. It was fun. It was fun. But after about a week, I'm like, I'm bored out of my mind, so I just went to something else. Fun to run, but it lacks the clearing capacity. Yeah. So some people were in here yesterday and they were like, hey, how about you try Smite Healing Hands, where we cast Smite ourselves and proc Healing Hands that way. I was already thinking about doing something like that, and that just kind of confirmed it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're thinking that you want to do something, and then, you know, you start looking for signs like, oh, that's a sign. Like, I want to go to Starbucks, and then, you know, somebody gives you a Starbucks gift card. It's a sign. Yeah. It felt like a sign. Like, I already wanted to do it, and then somebody was like, yo, how about you try it out? I'm like, it's a deal. It's a sign. Right. Oh, yeah, like that one build that's going around right now. That, like, I admit, it's probably the strongest Sentinel build in the game at the moment. And probably will still be the strongest Sentinel build. It just, I didn't even want to build into it, man. Like, I didn't even want to try it out. I'm like, this looks so boring. And from what I've heard from a lot of people, they're like, yeah, it's strong, but it's boring. Let's look at the ladder. Yeah, the Divine Bolt. Like, let's look at the ladder. Just to kind of prove a point here. For me personally, this is self-indulgent. That build exists, but there's a handful of people who have done it in the arena. All right? Like, I'm still in the top 20 with my Void Cleaver Racing Strike build, and then my Paladin doing his Smite Hammered in. There's just a lot of people who, like, they've done variations of Healing Hands builds, but you're not seeing a lot of, like, that build in particular. And the people who have done that build are, like, in the top 5. Oh, what the? They're called synchronicities? Oh my gosh. Doesn't matter. I already completed the echo. Exiled mages, man. They can be a bit of a bitch. Yeah, I don't want to push corruption on this guy. We're already getting, you know, two-shot. I'm going to have to go to a different timeline, chat. 500 corruption. We've pushed too close to the sun. Here, yeah. Check later. How's it going, RoboPower? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. We had a lot of fun with Death Must Die, and we're back on this game now, but I still remember when you came in going, yo, the people who made this game are from my country. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Where's the HG from? Well, technically the United States, but they're kind of all over. They're almost like a virtual studio. But I think they're largely based out of Texas. I think that's at least where Judd is. Judd Cobbler. He was the one who founded EHG, so I guess you could say the United States. I'm glad that you like it, buddy. Thanks, man. Yeah, I had a ton of fun with it back in, like, November. No, December is when I streamed it. And that update was meaty. Like, we started pushing some of the difficulty. I think you can do up to 100 points in difficulty. That's how I was calling it. I was calling it, like, how many points you invested into the difficulty spectrum. You can do up to 100. I think the most I did was like a 20-point run. Like, it was like, it definitely, you know, they pumped the difficulty up if you really wanted to go for it. All good here, coming to check and see how you're doing. I appreciate it, man. I'll say this now: if you are on Twitch and if you've been here before and maybe you've built up a ton of channel points and you've never spent anything because you've checked my channel points rewards before and saw there was nothing, well, there's a few blurps there now. So if you guys like blurps, there's some channel points you can spend your channel points on some of those. I'm just trying to say that for the first couple streams since I've added it, because not everybody's aware. I had one guy come in here and he's like, man, I got like 80,000 channel points from watching you over these past couple months. I'm like, holy frick, thanks for the support, but dang, let's give you something to spend that on. Other than highlight my message.
It's over 9,000!
Yeah. That's a good one right there. Threw me off. I literally just said that whole spiel, and then I'm like sitting here playing. I'm like, wait, what's that sound? I'm like, oh yeah, doofus, you just told him about channel points. You've got over 7,000? Yeah. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
Emotional, damn it!
Hey, what up, Cricky? Yeah, I guess that's a good thing to point out is if you got dual membership. I mean, by all means, watch wherever's most comfortable. I'll probably go through, maybe add a few more, and then, you know, if there's like some annoying ones in there, especially if somebody's like abusing it, then I'll probably remove it. Be like, this is more stream disruptive than anything else. Abusing is part of this, Kappa. Yeah. Man, if only Mike was here. He was here yesterday, man. Alright, I gotta try and set this up just right. This next shield charge goes out to Mike. He, for whatever reason, loves to see long ass shield charges. Okay, let's. Oh, we're already messing it up. I keep messing it up. Oh. Maybe we should like start up here. No, now we're doing the same. Mike from last Epoch? No, he generally watches over on YouTube. He's his handle over there is Michael DeJohn. I was just calling him Mike. Yeah. I know what you mean though. You're talking about the last Epoch dev. Man, I've lost my touch. Man, I failed this. Sorry, chat. Of course. Now I get it. Yeah. I've lost my touch. Proceeds to run through. Okay, let's see if this is actually better. We want to keep spell damage, necrotic. I don't need necrotic, so I'm gonna chaos this and hopefully chance to ignite. Okay, that's something. What can we throw on here? Chance to blind, chance to chill, chance to shock. It's probably chance to chill. Chance to chill would probably be the best one. Chance to ignite, I don't really need that. So, increased stun chance. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to be giving this up. Which the only thing I'm going to be missing is the chance to apply frailty. But let's try this out. And then I got another one over here if I want to set it up differently. Actually, we rolled pretty well. We rolled pretty well. Okay. So this is going to give me some more mana. I mean, honestly, this is probably the play right here. Is the Alchemist Ladle, but... Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to run up here. Okay, I'm remembering this map slowly but surely, chat. Yeah. It's been a while since I've done the ridge, but you're right. It's weird. Oh, what's going on? Okay. If there's one reason why I quit playing this build sooner rather than later, it's because the performance, like, I don't think the game engine can handle it. I'm gonna restart the game. There's just so many effects going on screen. Like, I will admit it is going a little bit better today because I increased my RAM. We went from 32 gigabytes to 64 gigabytes. But even according to my own little analytics thing, even when we're running the game, like, we're not using anywhere near that amount. Well, I will admit, I'm playing and streaming the game at the same time. So, hey, what up, Hair Dragon? How's it going? So I will admit, I am playing and streaming the game at the same time, but I got a really good rig. All right, I got a 12-core CPU in there. I got 64 gigabytes of RAM, and I got a 6700 XT. I mean, that's probably the weakest part of the system, but it's more than enough to run the game, right? So here, let me pull this over here and just yeah. So last Epoch right now is like using maybe 4 gigabytes of RAM. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Were the crazies out in force today? Yeah, probably. Yeah, so like right now, we're using like 36% of my graphics card. My CPU, I'm streaming with my CPU, we're using 45% of it. And we're using 27% of our 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah. Well, no, we're talking about performance here, Air Dragon. There was one moment back there where everything started to chug. FPS dropped down into like the 10s. Like I'm talking like 12, 17. Yeah, Cricky, but I will admit, me streaming the game and playing it on the same rig is causing a bit of a strain. Hey, what up, Sith Lord Bishop? You know, it's a near impossible task. I would say it's not an impossible ask, Sith Lord. I would say it's an impossible expectation. But we should be able to ask, hey, you know, obviously this was your guys' first video game. So you used an established engine like Unity. Do you think you could ever port this game over to a new engine? That's probably, you know, that's not an impossible ask, but that might be an impossible expectation, right? And then, or if you guys plan on doing a second Last Epoch, which I don't think that, like, it sounds like they want to keep updating this game. If they were to do a second one, could they use a different engine? You got a 12-core, 36 gigabyte, 4070 Ti. Once in a while, LE still lags from time to time. It happens to me a lot. I do think it's because I'm streaming and playing it from the same rig. But I was streaming for a long time on an 8-core CPU. I upgraded it to a 12-core over the weekend because I got a deal on it. I got a 5900X for $260 off Amazon, brand new. It was like, here's my money. Here's my money. It's a huge amount of work. Yeah, they're still kind of a small team. And then today I just upgraded to 64 gigabytes of RAM because I'm like, I got 2 open slots. I was doing 32. Went and slapped in 2 more sticks from the same brand. You're going to lurk? Catch you later, bro. Okay, well, if we ever want to push corruption, we got a way we can go, but I'm going to go back up here and start pushing out a different way. Mike's talked about it in the dev chat, said they could and want. Yeah, okay, I did read that. Yeah, I wonder what that could take. Could you port this game over to a new engine without it just being last Epoch 2? I wonder what engine Path of Exile uses. Because I do think that's going to be like one thing that a lot of games are going to struggle with. Like, for instance, let's take Destiny 2 into account. They're still using the Tiger engine from... Oh god, the Tiger engine's old. The Tiger engine's old. I know they did like a little engine upgrade at some point, but it's still the Tiger engine. So some of these games just go for so long, and it's like, man, you're using an engine from 15 years ago. Now, I don't know if the Tiger engine's 15 years old. Path of Exile 2 still looks like shite, in my opinion, and I'm sad about that. I'll reserve judgment until I can actually play it. Because, I mean, even when it comes out, it'll be in early access. We already know games in early access typically don't look their best. That's fine. I love Path of Exile, and you're even playing it right now as we speak, but it's not a pretty game. I got you. I wonder, do we know if Path of Exile 2 is a new engine? I hope it is, because that would be the only point in making a second... Well, no, there's another point. Another point is they got all this stuff in this one game. Demon Slayer over on YouTube. I love the game, but you're giving it time. Yeah, for sure. This is their first video game. It's not that they started to build it alongside PoE. It's not. They started build it alongside PoE 1 in the same code. They only recently started splitting it up. Oh, okay, so it's still the same engine. Maybe a more polished version for Path of Exile 2. It was good, Demon Slayer. How you doing? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I was going to say the only reason why they would do a Path of Exile 2 would be a new engine, but then I started remembering some of their verbiage was they wanted to have a better entrance point into Path of Exile, because right now trying to get into Path of Exile is difficult. As a new player, it's difficult. It's not very easy to just pick up and play. I'm sure there's some people to this day who pick it up and play, but from a lot of people who just get into Path of Exile, they're probably referencing a guide. And I'm not knocking that, but that's kind of hard to play. I don't think Path of Exile is that bad until you get to maps. Do you mean like graphically? Or do you mean gameplay wise? You don't find the maps portion very satisfying? Early, yeah, you know what? Like so I played Path of Exile before I was streaming. It was last year. I went into it blind. right? And I was playing it and I was doing fine. Like, I got the concept of your skills are in your gems, but you have a skill, not even a skill tree, a passive tree. And I wasn't overwhelmed by looking at the passive tree. Like, I got it. Everybody kind of starts in their own section and you use the passive tree to try and make your build work, right? I understood that. And then, you know, you use the gear and you slot into the gear your gems. For me, I quit playing it around level 40 something because I wanted to keep doing the same build that I just invested time into. But I needed to upgrade my armor. I was getting to a point where I was getting a little smacked around. And I'm like, well, okay, well, I want to upgrade my armor. I found an armor piece that was a good upgrade, but it didn't have the slots that I needed for my current build to work. I would have to put in different gem slots or leave some gems out, and then the build just didn't feel that good. And I was just like, do I really got to start doing another build until I can get like another piece of armor with the exact same pieces in it? And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to put the game down. Now, I've been told, oh, you can craft, you can turn that armor into exactly what you need for your build. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but that was like, I figured something like that was in the game, but I wasn't going to go through all the hassle just to play through the campaign. You know what I'm saying? And for some people, that's the challenge they're looking for. Passive tree isn't that hard like people say. Yeah, like I understood the concept of everything. It's just I found some of the systems cumbersome. The respec cost. Yeah, that's true. I am somebody who, once I realize, oh, I'm an idiot, I need to respec. If I start to see like a really bad like respec system, like it's very punishing, I'm gonna be like, I'm out. Like, I understand there being a cost, but if I gotta like, well, I don't know. I didn't try to respec in Path of Exile, so I'm gonna reserve judgment for that. I've been told it's not the best to respec in that game, but since I didn't try to respec in that game, I'm not going to speak to it. And we died. Probably because I was blabbing. Let's jump back in. Last Epoch did the respec system really great. Yeah. I think the respec system in Last Epoch's pretty good. It's just annoying enough to where you don't want to just change your build at the drop of a hat. But it's also not like, oh, great, I got to go farm for, 20 hours. Okay, I got what you're saying, Sith Lord. Like, later on, you can respec, but you need a specific item, which you don't really get early on. And that's kind of counterintuitive, because you're probably going to want to be trying out different things early on, as opposed to late game. Understood. Yeah, but Sith Lord, like, it is annoying, but it's not like the worst thing for Last Epoch. It's just annoying enough to where you're not just gonna all the time be like, I'm gonna respec this, I'm gonna respec that. But maybe it should be an either or system, like Diablo 3 Armory. You guys remember that? Anybody play Diablo 3? You had a little armory set up. Literally, you just put your gear on, you click save loadout in the armory, and then you're good to go. You clicked it, it immediately loaded that build. You played lots of it. Yeah, me too. Okay, can I see what that is? Okay, what is hitting me? I'm out. Later. Yeah, I agree there. It's sort of nice that you get to work a little for the respec. so it's not just reset over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, makes your choices have a little bit more meaning, but you don't want it to be like, you messed up, start a whole new character, because guess what? The respecking system is so hard. It's just easier to start over now that you know what you're doing. I don't mind going to the vendor, but if you're doing a partial respec, sometimes you can't meet requirements and have to leave to put points in. Okay. I have never been in that situation, Sith Lord, so I can't really speak to it. If I was in that situation, perhaps I could see your point of view. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. Right, yeah, okay, I get what you mean. You must maintain this many points or it will not work. Oh, no, please. Oops.
Stand down or die.
Oh, psh. All right, I get what you're saying, Sith Lord. Dude, man. Have the pesky dragon drop you a nice LP heart and play some mage. Yeah. Like, that dude was almost dead, and then out of nowhere, he was like, you dead. Bitch!
Stand down or die.
Well, that's the thing. I've been dodging all of that. It's, after you get him to a certain health threshold, he starts spawning stuff all over the map. That's what killed me so quick. Is those little puddles.
Stand down or die.
I think we can kill him. There we go. No, we'll keep current. Oh, there it is. Drop you a nice LP heart. Oh, I didn't get one with LP. 5% of current health converted to ward when you directly cast an elemental spell. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna be right back, chat. Gonna go use the restroom. right, chat. I am back. I don't usually play the cookie cutter builds, but Frostclaw Mage is fun. I've heard that. Nice. Nice. I like that one. I saw Taco Bell and I was like, dude, this has a permanent place in my channel points now. Has a permanent place in my channel points. Do you know how many times I sobered up at Taco Bell? Don't die. Don't die. Fitting for the bathroom breaks, yeah. Class is now in session. Yeah, out here, some of the most popular bars in the area are all on one street. So it's just really easy to bar hop, right? Like, oh, nothing's going on here at this one. Let's go to the next one. You know, so in my clubbing days, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'd get wasted, right? Well, I don't know about wasted. I would indulge. And on this street, I shit you not, there's also a Taco Bell, man. And they would be open even at like all hours of the night. Even when the bars are closed, they're still open. So I'd stumble into this Taco Bell. Yeah, I'd still maintain composure, but I'm telling you, man, like those are some of the best burritos and tacos I ever had in my life. And yeah, it's Taco Bell. It's not amazing food, but when you've just, you know, killed a number of beverages, it tastes really good. Every town has their drunk food place. We had a pasta place that made bank on the weekends. Dude, pasta after you've just been out, you know, slamming a few? That sounds amazing. I just want to say to the genius who put a Taco Bell on Alvarado Street, you are a scholar and a gentleman or lady or person. Thank you so much. And the street's not that long, right? Alvarado Street in Monterey is not that long. You can literally start at the top, walk down to the bottom in, 4 minutes. I mean, if you're wasted like I was, longer, right? It does not take that long. It's not that, but I swear that for whatever reason in Monterey, that is the place, is that street. You have like 6 or 7 bars. A couple of them kind of, converting to clubs after a certain hour, right? And then just to have a Taco Bell there, oh, bro. Like I remember that it's probably still there. There's a Euro shop Is it gyro? It's not gyro. It's like gyro or euro or. And like they would close, but when the bars were shutting down, like they would have an employee there at the door, and he'd bring, you know how they're shaped, they're like that big cylindrical roast. They had like a mobile version. They'd have an employee at the door, table, one of those things right there, and it would be cash only. They would sell you a euro. That place, the line when the bars close are going down. That or people like me would keep stumbling down to the Taco Bell, but like, God bless that shop. I was out there with my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and she got one, and we shared it, and it was amazing. Dangerous for the stomach? Yeah, for sure. I'll take that. Oh, that's cool. You know, I'll take that. Oh, shoot. I spent too long there. There was too much profane flesh. Oh, enemies are deadly. Oh, no wonder I died. No wonder I died. Let's go up here. Yeah, I got hit by the barrage. The spire, the whatever, the artillery beacon, the bouncing Betty, the Big Bertha. It's a very nice place in last Epoch. For sure. Fashao. Oops.
Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
Okay. So while I do think this is a little bit more damage, the fact that this applies frailty, I feel like makes it better. That, and at first it feels like the damage is not all that good, then all of a sudden it ramps up because all the ailments start hitting them, and then your damage goes up and up because of the damage per negative ailment. Yeah, I do think I do think that the Mad Alchemist ladle is a good thing to slot in here. What the? I was slain by an earthquake. We're probably going to run into a lot of this because of the 500 corruption. Yeah, I know, right? We're probably going to run into a lot of this because of the corruption level that we're at. I don't think the build can handle this level of corruption. Well, especially any mission that has a spire on it. Like this, these things hit for a lot.
Stand down or die.
This day only, down at your local mall. Save on jacuzzis, hot tubs. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm gonna go to a different timeline, chat. Like, this is just pain. This is just pain. Well, what are we in this timeline? 267. I do one Orbis, and we'll be in 400 corruption because I got a timeline in the 600s I did on a different build. I think the build can comfortably do 450 corruption, but that 500 corruption, you take one too many negative modifiers, and all of a sudden you're getting one shot. You run into the wrong archetype. Another thing I don't like about hammers. I mean, I love hammers, but like, look, whatever this boulder is eating the hammers. Imagine being stuck here and you're like trying to damage enemies and all your hammers are despawning because they hit a piece of the environment. It's generally not every piece, but holy, that's all. Okay, not going through there. This is just a bad map for hammers. Yeah, okay, like this cart, for instance. You can go through it. Yeah, well, like, it passes through this terrain. It passes through that terrain, but then it hits this terrain and it goes away. You know, it's just a way to make sure hammers aren't OP, right? No other skills that get punished that way, and hammers aren't super OP compared to other specs. Right. I'm joshing mostly. Compared to a lot of other specs, hammers aren't that OP. They're cool. They're really cool. And they're versatile. But man, sometimes you just hit that terrain and bro, where did my damage go? Now apparently this tree is fine, but the wall on the other side of the tree is not fine. It's gonna be cool to see where they take things at 1.1. Yeah, for sure. for sure. I'm just interested in new items that they might introduce. Melee critical strike chance. You know what? Sure. On that kind of frame, I don't know where we're going to use it, but melee critical strike chance for the win. Excuse me, chat. Got cinnamon, wintergreen, I don't know, peppermint. So far, the flavors have been pretty decent. I like the mango one. The mango pouch, good. The apple pouches. We picked up some rogue nicotine. I'm a big Zen connoisseur, but these are the new kids on the block. I like the fact their stuff comes in a metal tin. It's just kind of a cool aesthetic. My main problem is the pouches are so freaking large, though. They're fat. Oh man, I could smell that mint. Whew. All right. I'm from Sweden originally. Used to be addicted to snus. Looks pretty much the same. Hardest thing I've ever quit using was hooked from 14 to 35. Yeah, it's basically snus. I believe snus is like they put the tobacco leaves in the cotton or whatever they use. When it comes to this stuff, it's just pure nicotine. There's no tobacco in there. Yeah. Copenhagen. Yeah. So the only difference is there's no actual tobacco. It's just pure nicotine. So you're not getting any of the byproducts. I'm not saying it's a healthier source. It's a new product, right? I'm basically a guinea pig. I'm a test dummy. But my teeth aren't rotting out of my mouth. I've been using it for 6 years now. My teeth are generally doing pretty well. I don't think I have any cancer risks. Yeah, it's kind of like a white powder, and you can get it in different flavors. I'm a cook by trade, so instead of taking like something like a cigarette break, you put one of those things in and then you keep working. It's amazing. And honestly, I don't even smoke. I mean, I smoked the occasional cigar. I got into it because I was getting like super stressed out. And somebody was like, hey, you getting stressed out? Try one of these. I was like, wait. I feel really relaxed when I'm smoking a cigar. Is this going to be like the same thing? And he's like, yeah. Been on it ever since. I did quit for a while. I quit for like a year. Close to a year. I just stopped cold turkey. And then I got back onto it because the stress came back. Yeah, having a background flavor for sure. Oh yeah, I was like, I quit because I was having blood pressure issues. That's way better now. I was diagnosed with hypertension. I lost a few pounds, so that was enough to like, I still take a medication, but I'm good. And I quit the nicotine because, you know, it could potentially raise your blood pressure. And then I was just working. I was doing all that stuff. Well, then I started getting like really stressed out again, like hardcore stressed out. And it helped me a lot. Like I really was able to chill the F out, right? And it hasn't raised my blood pressure. So I've continued to use it.
Stand down or die.
So I've had this clip playing in my mind rent free all day. One of these blurbs. Yeah, it's this one.
And then turn her over and bang up the butt. And this is where you need a small knob. Imagine you're holding a tennis racket or a little whisk.
I've had that playing in my head rent free all day. Finally gave in. Oh man, it's good. Up the butt. Oh man, if you're just tuning in, we went to a different timeline. We pushed to 500 corruption and not exactly one shot, but you know, 2 or 3 shot. So this one's like 260. We're gonna push it to about 400 and see what we can handle. Oh jeez. Well. Well, damn. We just gotta find an Orbis. Ran out of mana. Ran out of mana. Just gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. I mean, spell damage is cool. Crit multi's cool. No. What's your audience opinion on this game? I hear good things, but it looks like nobody plays it, and that's worrisome to me. How's it going, Locke? So, you got a couple factors going on. My opinion on the game is it's very good. I've been playing the game since September of last year, when it was still in early access. I've been streaming it nearly, but not fully exclusively. I was playing some other games over the weekend. I was streaming that. I came back to the game yesterday. And yeah, there's not a lot of people streaming it in the directory and playing it as well. And I'll give you a good reason. This game, now that it's out, is on what you would call a seasonal trajectory or cycle trajectory. Basically, they're going to introduce new content every 3 to 4 months. And you're going to get a lot of people who come in, play it for the first couple weeks, maybe the first month or two, and then they're going to move on. But I think everybody's going to be back for Cycle 2, which should be going on in about a month. Somewhere around a month, there'll be, there'll be a new cycle, which means new content, new stuff. I think people will come and check it out. They're just taking a break right now and playing other games. My opinion is the game's very good. And feel free to jump in. Like, if you're on the fence about playing the game, I say go for it. Unless you don't like ARPGs, then please, then don't. I don't want you to be disappointed. But you could start a character. And if you're enjoying that character, even when the new cycle comes out, you're assuming you create a cycle character, it's going to get moved into the legacy realm. And you can still play it there, because right now, at least for the first couple cycles, the devs have committed to bringing all content that would be introduced in the cycle also to the legacy realm. So, like, let's say you pick up the game right now, and you play it, you're liking this character, you play that character for a month, and assuming you don't want to change builds, or you don't want to change it up, and you want to keep playing that character, even when the new cycle comes out with new content, it'll be added to the legacy realm, and you can keep playing that same character. I was telling people the same exact thing, like, when they were on the fence about picking up the game right before it came out, when the cycle came out, I was like, pick it up now, play it, see what you think. But I do understand, like, that's $35. Assuming you get the standard edition. Like, I could go towards some other stuff, and if you're on the fence, then, you know, I understand. Oh, yeah. I play with the chat off because sometimes you see some, how shall we put it, interesting conversation. I'm a Diablo player, and this season of Diablo is boring for me. Yeah, season 3 is, from what I've heard, I haven't played it, is not the greatest. But I've heard season 4, which is coming out in May, is going to be really good. I'm actually planning on streaming the game at least for a day in season 4 on Diablo. I haven't played since season 1. Because even when season 2 came out and they, you know, everybody was loving it, I had started playing Last Epoch, and I was all in on Last Epoch. I loved Last Epoch. I still love Last Epoch. I've kind of built my channel identity on Last Epoch, so that's why I'm saying I'll stream Diablo, but it might just be for a day or two, and then I come back to Last Epoch. But we shall see. I do think I got a good, you know, variety of people here. Season 2 was fun. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about season 4, and if the same team that made season 2 made season 4, I think there's going to be a lot of good things in store for Diablo. You're going to buy it? Awesome. I'm glad to hear that, Locke. Enjoy. Have a lot of fun, bro. If you're interested in any build guides, I don't really have a lot of beginner stuff on my YouTube channel, but there are some build guides there, or you can use sites like Last Epoch Tools or Maxroll.gg, and I'm sure there's a few others out there. I don't want to just all of a sudden, you know, start pushing all this information on you. I would say the best thing, pick up the game and play it. Don't reference anything. Just play the game. Figure it out on your own. There's a good respec system in this game. Just play all the different classes, kind of figure out what you like, pick one, and just go for it. No. You can wing it. You can absolutely wing it. Yeah, I winged it. Eventually, when you start pushing into the more of the in-game systems, you're probably going to eventually run into a system called Empowered Monoliths. That's when I referenced a guide, and that was many hours into the game. For me personally. Yeah. Yeah, you can still wing builds here. For sure. Just to give you a quick overview. So I'm playing a Sentinel. That is a good thing, yeah. So I'm playing a Sentinel. As a Sentinel, I can use these skills, right? And then you can choose a mastery, right? And for each character in the game, there's a Sentinel, there's a mage, there's an acolyte, there's a yeah, I see what you mean. It's easy to respec in this game, though. So if you're like, oh, I kind of get it now, this character's kind of messed up, you can respec pretty easily. It's not like Diablo 3 easy, but it's pretty easy. But yeah, so there's like a mage, there's a acolyte, there's a sentinel, a druid, you know, that sort of thing. But then each class, each character has 3 masteries, and you can't respec this. You got to pick one mastery. But once you pick a mastery, you can then start putting points into it, and you can get these different skills. And once you get these skills, you can actually specialize into 5 skills to kind of, you know, complement your build. And each skill that you specialize into, each skill has its own skill tree. So it really allow you to customize how it's going. And then this is what like your character skill tree would look like, right? You can choose from all of this. The only things you can't choose from is anything past this chain means that's a specialization that you're not fully spec'd into. But I say just get in there and wing it. Try it out. Oh, one sec. You're back. All right. All right. Hold on. Shades Eternal Gauntlets. Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. So you got your character skill tree. You got your skills with their own skill tree depending on what you specialize into, right? You got your normal, had to finish the ads, 5 of them. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. You got your normal gear, like you would in Diablo. If you ever played Diablo 2, remember the charms that would go in your inventory? Well, this game has like a charm system, but they're called idols. And they got their own tab right over here, right? And these can give you all sorts of buffs, depending on what kind of idols you put in there. You also you got a loot filter that you can program, like let me turn off my loot filter. So with no filter on, look at all that stuff that just dropped. Now let's put it back on. A lot of that just disappeared, right? Because I don't need it. I got it set up for my build. I was able to filter out what I don't need. I think it's X. So loot filter on, loot filter off. On, off, on, off. So it can help you look for something. You can even program it to be like, yo, I need something like this, which I'm going to pick up. I'm actually looking for stuff like that. It's got a little crafting system here. I'm not going to go into all the particulars. Yeah, I don't want to just dump all this information on you, Locke. I think you're already interested in the game. One thing I will say, stash tabs, you can have up to 200 of these. And they cost in-game currency. It's going to be your first PC game? You're a console player? Okay. Well, the game does offer full controller support. Just to show you. I personally play mouse and keyboard, but I have Diablo 4 on both my PC and my Xbox. Hey, what up, Mike, over on YouTube? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Welcome back. But yeah, there is full controller support here. And bam. Moving around the Xbox controller. So yeah, if using a controller is still your vibe, go for it. I personally prefer mouse and keyboard, but Diablo 4 was definitely a game I liked with controller. It's already downloading. I'm glad to hear that, Locke. You know what, Locke? Just jump into the game, have fun. If you got any questions, I'm here to help. Here, I'll actually try... I'll try doing a level of controller. Let me move that off to the side. And bam. We'll go back to mouse and keyboard, but yeah, controller's fine. We'll just get rid of that. Thanks for the showcase. I'm glad I could help, Locke. Glad I could help, man. Thanks for being here. Excited to try it. Yeah, man. What class did you like to play a lot on Diablo? See if I can't, maybe point you in a direction. Barbarian, Sorcerer. Okay, so if you like to play Barbarian, I would say Sentinel or Primalist are going to be classes that you'd be interested in. And if you like playing Sorcerer, there's a Mage class in the game. And then if you're playing Mage, I would say either do the Sorcerer Mastery or the Rune Master Mastery. You don't choose a mastery right off the bat. You play the game for like an hour and you come to a point where they're like, choose a mastery. And that's where you get your mastery. So nothing's wrong if you start the game and you're like, wait, this babbling bike guy said I could master into one of these classes here and I can't do it. Don't worry. Give it a little bit of time. I say an hour. It might take you longer. It might not take you that long. So...
But once
Do they have a skip campaign like Diablo, or do you have to play the campaign? You do have to play the campaign, and you do have to play the campaign for alts, but there are shortcuts, and you don't have to play the full campaign for alts. There's a lot of information out there, but the long and the skinny of it is no, there's no skip. Hey, so Michael DeJohn over on YouTube, man, we came to this long, narrow, like, passageway, and I'm like, Mike, this one goes out to you. And I just ran the entire length with a shield charge. It'll say how many quests you have left to gain all skill points from the story. Maybe I'll take the time and try to see if it's a good campaign. I thought it's decent. But for like your second or third or fourth or fifth or whatever characters, I would definitely either, you know, come back here, ask, you know, how do I skip parts of the campaign, or look up the information on YouTube. Yes, yeah, I knew you would like that. I knew you like that, Michael. Oh, you got me with that one, Cricky. I was like, wait, what's going on? Those white things you have spinning around you kind of remind me of my sorcerer build, just different colors. Yeah, okay, so I'm playing, if you ever played Diablo 2, the Hammered In, I'm playing a version of that. So the white things floating around me are hammers. And then I got it set up, I have another ability called Smite. Smite's doing all my damage, but I'm casting hammers. And you might be like, well, wait, how does that work? You're doing all your damage with Smite, but you're casting hammers, which is not really doing that much damage. These idols allow Smite to be procced off hammer hit, or throwing attack hit, in this case hammers. So that's what's going on. This is very similar to the ball lightning sorcerer from Diablo 4. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so this is basically that was your season 2 build. Oh, sweet. Yeah, so essentially this is just a Smite Paladin build. I'm playing this on Void Knight for reasons, but it's basically a Smite Paladin build. I do have a build guide on my YouTube channel. So if you decide to start off with Sentinel and maybe go into Paladin, oh my gosh, we keep dying. There'll be a build guide for you to check out if that's something you're interested in. But like I said, wing it. Go out there, figure out what you like. That map is cursed. Well, I need to see what kind of corruption did we push up to. I haven't even looked. 399. We should be able to smoke this. We should be able to smoke this level of corruption. Yeah, I will say there are way too many effects going on screen right now. There's just too many enemies. Jeez. Take a break. Last Epoch, what are you doing? How many... Oh, my... I have no potions. Let me cleanse. Okay. Yeah, there's way too many dots. That is just beyond belief. That was both maps. Gorgons and whatever out the ass. I was having to chug literally every potion I have just to try and cleanse all that shit. Vitality. I'll check it out. Well, that and they were just tanky as hell, man. They weren't going down. And you know, my system was kind of chugging because they were spawning all these like area of effect shit, and I was like, what's going on? What was my first ever RPG? Either Legend of Zelda or Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo. Legend of Zelda is like for the Super Nintendo was more of an action game. Like there was RPG elements, so I'm going to say Super Mario RPG. Your first one was Path of Exile, then Diablo 4. Oh, okay. My first ever action RPG. Yeah, I saw that it came out on Switch, Michael the John. I haven't played it yet, but I saw a few live streams and videos that look solid. My first ever action RPG, like in the Diablo style, Sacred, 2004. I get it. So you're trying to win it first action RPG or just RPG in general ever on PoE. Yeah. I could see how that could be a little difficult. Not only do you not have any experience with the game, with the genre, you chose one of the more complex games to get into. Yeah. And then Diablo 4 is a lot more user-friendly, for sure. Have a great night. Time to pass out. Catch you later, Cricky. Called Dungeon of the Necromancer. That's a title. The Apple IIe. Whew, that's a throwback. Man, these enemies are thick. I'm old, it's okay? Nah, you're not that old. You're not that much older than me, man. What? You're probably less than 10 years older than me. Air Dragon gifted a sub. We're halfway there. This month's goal. We're halfway there. And it goes to Locke. Well, Locke, no more ads. Thanks, Air Dragon. Ads suck, and I get to support Bike. Uplifting song, you love it? Oh. Glad you like it. Okay, I'm out. Get out. Go. The dumping grounds. What the? Oh my gosh. Air Dragon with the 5 gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much. Goes to Killer. Robo Power. Robo Power's here all the time. He's probably asleep right now, but Toxin Hunter, Hanoka, and Lumiere. Well, I'm about to head to bed, but first, goals are meant to be smashed. Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Air Dragon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have yourself a good night, sir. Okay, chance to slow. I'll deal with chance to slow. Love supporting. Honestly, I'm just spending some of my magic card money on you instead of them. Had a great box for the new set and pulled multiple $200 cards. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Glad to hear it. Well, thank you for the support. I'm glad to hear about the come up, man. Appreciate the lurk, man. Have yourself a good night, Air Dragon. Okay.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, those guys hurt. Oh my gosh. No mana. Huh. Trying to get cooked. Well, we completed the echo, but damn. Well, damn. Like, wanted to make sure, like, did I, like, you know, mess up my corruption somehow? My resistances somewhere? We have the technology. He can be rebuilt. Oh my god, just one tornado from these Gorgon punks. Oh, get wrecked. Death. Where are the enemies at? Bring out your dead. All people bleeding heart, sure. 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 Oh my gosh. Why do these guys do so much damage? Yeah, you know what? Suck it. Suck it.
Stand down or die.
I guess that happened. I guess that happened. Jeez. We came to this timeline because it was substantially lower in corruption. It's 400. The other one was 500. And we're still struggling. I feel like I was clearing the 500 corruption a little bit better than the 400 corruption here.
Stand down or die.
come on, come on.
Stand down or die.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's get out. Okay, I'll do this one. Well, that's cool. Not gonna take it, but it's cool. Die? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Huh. No, no. Okay, cool. We lived. It's good. We're fine now. How are you? It's all good. Situation normal. Star Wars, bro. Okay, I guess we'll go fight Centaur Moose Man.
This is a mercy.
Oh, this is fun. Uplifting gameplay. Get frozen immediately. Can I please, sir, can I have a potion? Centaur Moose Man, I've come here and requesting a potion. Give me a potion.
The rage of winter.
No. Oh, are you serious?
This is a mercy. Do not stand.
Oh, his pillars eat my hammers. Oh, this is fun. This is fine. This is fine.
This is a mercy. Do not stand in my way. Shatter.
I can't even pick up that potion right there.
Champions, aid me.
Look, I can't even cast oh. Okay, EHG.
This is a mercy.
If you are watching, fix this. Look that freaking pillar right there. It's just eating all my hammers, man. This is why I don't like Centaur Moose Man.
Do not stand in my way.
Oh, that is frustrating.
This is a mercy. Shatter. Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Shatter. Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Shatter. Do not stand in my way. I do what I must to protect my people.
Okay, well, we killed Centaur Moose Man. That was rather frustrating. The realization that the ice pillars that he summons despawns my hammers, bro. Bro, that was demoralizing, man. Like, wait, I'm doing no damage because he summoned a pillar right here? Woo? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. Okay, get me out of here. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down for the night. If you're over here on Twitch, I'm going to send you over towards Maple Tuna. He's playing Last Epoch right now. He's a cool guy. I've rated him before. I'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to start shifting the build towards something else. I think I've kind of come to the end of the road of this build. We've kind of hitting a wall at 500 corruption, so time to try something else. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to send you over towards Maple Tuna. You guys take care. Bye. Okay. YouTube, thanks for rocking with me today, guys. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you for all the likes over here on YouTube. That really means a lot. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow. And yeah, I hope to see you guys here. Anyway, you guys have yourselves a good one and take care. Cheers.